Ken, how much of that upside in earnings has already been baked into the stock price, though? You know, we were saying yesterday, if you look at the financials that kicked things off last week, they didn't necessarily get rewarded in a big way for any kind of beat. Do you see things playing out differently for tech?
I do. You know, when you look at the banks, I have to tell you, first off, we're growth managers, so we wouldn't find ourselves in banks. JP Morgan, the best bank and best managed bank, basically a lot of their earnings is interest income. I mean, that's not really exciting. You know, you want to hear about loan demand growing or some other parts of the business, but I mean, interest income was a big chunk of their earnings. That's not really good. I think NVIDIA and Microsoft and the others, you know, there could be a little sell on news reaction, but I think the guidance is going to be key. I mean, the law of big numbers is incredible. I mean, NVIDIA, as an example, last 12 months of double top line revenue, expected to double top line revenue into 24 and 25. And the CEO of NVIDIA said, hey, we're in a second or third inning, because I hear this all the time. Ken, I feel like I missed it. Well, the CEO, you know, who's really at the epicenter of all this, is telling you that we're probably in the second or third inning. Yeah, you might not want to stay around to the ninth inning or extra innings, but certainly there's a pretty long runway to make some money, akin to what we saw in the mid-1990s.
So Ken, if this is going to be a parabolic ride, then how do you know when to get off versus getting thrown off, as you mentioned there, when it does get to that ninth inning point?
Gosh, I hate getting thrown off those wagons, right? So look, to avoid a round trip, let's say I'm making this up. Let's say you bought the video 400 and now it's up to 600. There's nothing wrong with taking 25% off the table, 30% off the table, incrementally. Be smart, because God forbid it comes back to 400 and you break even. That's what they call a round trip. We don't want investors around trips. So there's nothing wrong with taking some piece off the table, but the temptation is to sell and take these short profits. I think these are longer term winners, especially if we're in a second or third inning.